What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. So, Chris Ledlum, the one time Harvard transfer, then committed to Tennessee, just recently decommitted and is jumping back in the portal. Now, he averaged 18 points and 9 boards a game last year and was an all Ivy League selection at the forward spot for Harvard. So, he is a big transfer late in the season that teams are going to be vying for. Let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Now, this isn't a crippling loss for Tennessee. They still return a lot of talent in the front court, and they're bulking up that back court in the transfer portal. So they still have a bulk majority of last year's scoring production coming back, leading score, leading assist, man. So they're fine, but this will be an opportunity for a couple other teams to add some star power to their roster. According to 24/7's Crystal Ball predictions, it's a 50-50 split between Notre Dame and Vanderbilt, where Ledlum will take his talents. You look at him on film, obviously can stretch the floor with the shooting ability, but also not afraid to put it on the paint, get a bucket off the bounce as well, skilled on the perimeter, strong, solid frame, absorbing contact, nice first step, reliable finisher at the cup, smooth crossover, you know what I'm saying? And I love that he is initiating the contact right there. I think he can come in, and for either one of those squads, Vanderbilt or Notre Dame, he's probably the best player on either roster coming in, shooting the contested three. He's probably the best player on either roster. He'll be the number one option on either roster, averaging 18 points per game last season for Harvard. Also active on the boards, you know what I'm saying? Grabbed 9 rebounds a game last season. His scoring ability, the ability and skill set to be able to score at all 3 levels, you know what I'm saying? To be a multifaceted forward who can stretch the floor, but also create off the dribble for himself, knock down shots off the dribble, get to the cup off the dribble, absorb contact, but also play big, get in the paint. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's an active paint scorer, can post up, be a reliable option at the college level on the low block, understands positioning, welcomes that contact, uses his body to get that leverage, and like we said, he's a reliable finisher at the cup. If you throw a smaller defender on him in the post, he will abuse them straight up. Scrappy on the defensive end as well. Will guard multiple positions if given the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So I think that he can come in and really change the trajectory of either one of these teams. These teams are in 2 totally different positions. With Vanderbilt, you got Coach Stackhouse building something. They return a nice core for next season where Ledlum could be a nice pairing 1-2 punch if he were to go to Vanderbilt and team up with Colin Smith, who they believe is going to be a player out there. So if he were to go out there, they could be a nice 1-2 punch. Vandy brings in a little bit more stability with the not dealing with a new coach like Notre Dame is, and they bring back more star power. Now, on the other side, Notre Dame, he would absolutely be relied on a bunch more. At Vandy, he would be relied on, but he would have a little bit more help. At Notre Dame, I don't know. It's a little bit more suspect over there. You got a first-year head coach, Micah Shrewsbury. He's got his kid coming to play. He's taking some transfers from Penn State with him, some of the recruits as well. They just got to 10 players like recently to be able to scrimmage 5-on-5 with recent Seton Hall transfer, but you're looking at a team that's going to be building from the ground up. They are completely rebuilding this roster from the bottom up. You're going to have to be patient. Honestly, you're going to be playing with a group of young players, some vets maybe sprinkled in too, but a group of young players and players that are in general trying to all learn a new system and establish a culture. Because there isn't going to be a culture established already. You're not walking into something as where Vandy, you're walking in and things are kind of set. You know what I'm saying? People know what expectations are behind Coach Stackhouse. But on this side, and that's nothing against or, not saying anything bad about Coach Shrewsbury because he did his thing at Penn State. We not, you know what I'm saying? We not discrediting nothing. But having to start from scratch year one, I don't know that's tough. Like if you're trying to just go there and get your stuff off and get buckets and really shine and get your game off and really be able to just dominate the basketball, then Notre Dame will probably be the better situation for you because they're going to need some offensive identity immediately. Like, not saying Vandy has it all figured out, but they're going to be a little bit more ahead in the process. There's going to be some team chemistry there, and they've got a team in place that fits well, better than it did last season. With Notre Dame, you're not really sure what you have right now. Like, it's kind of, it's a toss-up. And you being a grad transfer, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to risk the biscuit and do that. I don't know. But two totally different situations, but it seems like they both have a shot at him. If he were to go to Notre Dame, they could absolutely use him, probably more so just having that scoring identity, that number one option to be able to get it done. You know what I'm saying? And playing in that system under Coach Shrewsbury. I don't know. We'll have to see what he decides, but either school would be getting an impact day one starter and potential, uh, obviously number one option, but best player on the roster. Either way he decides to go, either way the coin flips. But both these guys could use that punch, that gut punch in the offense. So it'll be interesting to see if any other schools come along too. Because, hey, coming out of high school, Staten Island native was a 4-star prospect, had some other offers. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody else tries to jump in and get the coveted forward out the transfer portal. Who knows? I wonder what inspired this decommitment from Tennessee. Interesting. Maybe a lack of minutes. I don't know. We'll have to see, man. Keep an eye out to see where his next destination is, because 18 points per game, that's tough. Like, there's a lot of teams in the nation that could use that right now. Anyways, let me know what y'all think in the comments about how everything's going down. As for us, subscribe and hit that button for the latest and the greatest. And join the memberships. We got exclusive content now. We getting a little fancy. Until next time, I'm Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. And that's a wrap for us. We out.